In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you what are my favorite new moon rituals that you can start doing as of the beginning of the next moon cycle. So stay tuned and watch. This is Alexandra Villarroel Abrego and welcome to another episode of Alexandra at Home. Now today's episode, like last week's episode, like next week's episode, is a little bit different than the usual Alexandra at Home episodes because we're doing a little series on moon rituals, or about really the moon and how as women we are connected to the moon. As I said already, we are connected to the moon because our cycles are 28 days. The cycle of the moon is 28 days. As well, feminine energy is represented in metaphysics by the moon, masculine energy by the sun. Now we live in a patriarchal world where we are very much connected with the sun. We basically live accordingly to the sun. At night, when the sun goes down, while we go to sleep. When the sun comes up, when it's sunrise, then that's when the day starts. We really follow the cycles of the sun. However, we have forgotten over the years how to follow the cycles of the moon, because there was a time in the history of humanity where women and even men were very much connected with the moon and respected Mother Moon a lot. So like I said, in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you many different new moon rituals that you can start doing as of the beginning of the next moon cycle. So without any further ado, let's now begin with these new moon rituals. Now, these rituals are kind of divided in two categories. The first one being the pre-new moon rituals, and the next category being while it's the new moon ritual. So let's of course begin with the pre-rituals. These are like kind of the preparation rituals that you should be doing maybe like 3 days before the new moon, before it's the new moon. Here's the way that I want you to see the cycles of the moon. I want you to see them just like we see the seasons. There's winter and then spring and then summer and then fall, and there's different things that you do throughout the seasons, and perhaps there's things that you do during fall time to prepare for winter. So right now, in the pre-new moon rituals, it's kind of like fall time. You are preparing for the winter that is to come, right? The first thing that I want you to do during this time of the month is that I want you to schedule time off for when it's the new moon. So I really want you to think about, maybe you can take a day off. Maybe if possible 2 or even 3 would be the best really option. But if you can't, you can even take just an afternoon off, or just maybe 1 hour, just in the evening, try to have, a relaxing evening of the night of the new moon, I mean. So try to schedule some time off. It is very, very important. It's something you need during the time of the new moon. The second thing that you need to do during fall time to prepare for winter time is you need to change everything. Well, not everything, but a lot of things to red. So you need to change your bed sheets to red. You need to change your towels to red. You need to prepare a lot of red underwears that you're going to be wearing during the new moon, and the days that follow, and even the days before. You need to prepare maybe outfits that are red. So you want to surround yourself with the color red when it's the new moon. Now the reason for that is because as women, our menstrual cycles are aligned with the moon, and we should normally, if we're aligned with our feminine energy and with nature, we should be menstruating when it's the new moon, and we should be ovulating when it's the full moon every month. That's how nature intended us to be. That's how we were from the very beginning. But then, because of this patriarchal society, and because we have so much masculine energy within us, and for other factors like electricity, actually, electricity has affected a gland in your brain that when it was exposed to the most light at night, that's when you would ovulate. And when was the most light at night before electricity existed? Well, it was during the full moon. So that's why women would ovulate in the full moon and would menstruate with the new moon. So there's many factors that have caused us not to be menstruating with the new moon. But if you want to align yourself with the new moon, well, start doing that. Change everything to red, which is the color of blood, And if you are aligned with the new moon, well, even better, because then you can be wearing a lot of red, and it's actually more convenient, because if you have your menstruation and all of a sudden you bleed a little too much at night, well, then at least your bed sheets are red, right? So you wash them after, it's not going to be like as if it's white and then you have a big stain on the bed sheet. Same thing for your towels and all of that. So it's actually practical, but it's also a way to align yourself with Mother Moon, basically. Another thing that you want to do during fall time to prepare for the new cycle, for the new moon, is you want to take inventory of all of the things that no longer serve you. The new moon is really a time to start all over. You know, it's a new cycle, it's the beginning. It's as if it was the beginning of a new month. You know, we have the calendar, the yearly calendars in our months that are set by the world, but then nature has its own cycles, right? So nature has the cycles of the moon. So when it's the new moon, it should be like the first, as if it was the first, the beginning of a new cycle, right? So you really want to prepare yourself to this new cycle by taking an inventory of all of the things that no longer serve you in your life. Whether it be habits, beliefs, relationships, things that are really in your life that you want to let go of, and you want them to stay in the cycle that is ending. So this is really a perfect time to do that. And finally, the last thing that you can do to prepare yourself for the new moon is to prepare some delicious, hearty meals, really. You see, as women, again, if you are aligned with the moon and you menstruate during the new moon, you're gonna be craving a lot of bad food. I'm sure I'm not the only one, right? That whenever you're menstruating, you just wanna have like the worst, greasy, disgusting foods. And that if you are not prepared in advance, then you're gonna give into the temptation. So what you wanna do is during the preparation period, you want to do as if you were preparing for winter. You know, if you're preparing for, you know, it's a cold winter ahead, maybe you want to prepare a lot of soups, you know, and put them in cans and freeze them. Maybe you want to prepare, I don't know, like chilies and just a lot of different hearty foods that will make you feel good. Because again, if you're menstruating during the new moon, you don't feel like at your top shape, right? So when we're menstruating, maybe we're hurting, maybe we're not feeling good, we have less energy. So you really want to prepare some good, healthy meals for you for when winter comes. Now let's start with the new moon rituals, the official ones, you know, when it's officially the new moon, when we enter winter time. The first thing that you want to do is you want to disconnect. Again, you know, before that in the preparation rituals, you were scheduling the disconnection. Well, now is the time to really disconnect with the outer world. Just like the moon hides, you know, when it's a new moon, the moon is hiding basically. She's all black. You don't see her in the sky. You want to do the same thing as a woman. You want to disconnect from the world. One thing that I was doing for years and then I stopped, but I'm starting again, was to turn off my cell phone. For 3 days, I would turn off my cell phone when it was the time of the new moon. Of course, I have a home line, so if there was any emergencies, people would call me at home. But my cell phone was in a drawer and it was completely off, and I was completely disconnected from the world, because it's a time that you need to recharge. It's a time you need to go within and do some introspection, really, about what has happened in the past month, and so you really need to disconnect. Another ritual that you want to do during the new moon is you want to stay in, stay warm, and just be comfortable, just like, again, as if it was winter. You want to stay in, you want to take time for yourself. This is not the period of the month where you are at your highest peak. You know, again, same metaphor, the new moon is hiding, you want to hide as well. So this is the perfect time to stay in, take care of yourself, eat the delicious hearty food that you've prepared, and just, you know, wait for winter to pass. The next one, and this one is very important, is to clean and cleanse your home. Now, cleaning the home physically, I would say that you can even do it as a pre-ritual, you know, so pre-new moon ritual, but then cleansing. So as I explained in one of the videos here on AlexandraTV, where I do it with, I start with the bell, right? Then after that, I do it with the sage and then the palo santo. So you want to do the same thing. You really want to cleanse your space, open the windows so that all of that goes out, you know, and doesn't stay in your house. But this is, again, the time to let go of what no longer serves you, so you can also let go of all of the old energies that are in your space, in your home. And then finally, the last ritual that you want to be doing during the new moon is, as I've been saying, you know, from the beginning of this video, is releasing. It's letting go. It's the same way that if you have your menstruation during the new moon, you're letting go through your blood of all the toxins that are in your body. You can let go through your tears. It's not a coincidence that as a woman, you get emotional and sensitive when you're menstruating, right? Or maybe even before. It's because you are letting go through your tears. You are letting go of all the emotions, of all the sadness, of all the pain. So don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to not feel too good. You know, you want to let that go. And you want to let go of anything anything and everything that no longer serves you before the officially, the new cycle begins. Relationships, beliefs, habits, everything that no longer serves you, you want to let it go in the past, let it be in the past cycle, and don't bring it with you in the new cycle. So that is it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. And if you have some new moon rituals that you would like to share with us, please feel free to share them in the comment section down below. Now, if you want to learn more, if you want to dive deeper into this subject, if it kind of calls you and you feel like you want to learn more about this, well, I have two programs. I have the program Radiant Woman as well as the program Goddess that I've created over the years, and that are really, really amazing programs that help you dive into these topics, not only of the moon cycles and of menstruation and feminine energy, but a lot more. So if you want to have more information, just go in the description below this video. You'll find the links there. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to like it. Don't forget to share it with all of your friends. And of course, to subscribe for new episodes almost every day here on Alexandra TV. So that is it for today, and I'll see you very soon.